Proverbs chapter 31, Wisdom in Leadership and Virtue. Proverbs 31 is a profound chapter of the Bible that presents two complementary visions of wisdom, one for public leadership and the other for personal virtue. The first portion, encompassing the words of King Lemuel's mother, offers guidance for rulers and those in positions of authority. Through her counsel, Lemuel is reminded to avoid indulgence in behaviors that could weaken his judgment or compromise his integrity. She warns against excessive attachment to women or pleasures that can distract a king from his duties, emphasizing that leaders must exercise self-control. Alcohol, she advises, is not inherently sinful, but a king must avoid intoxication, as it can cloud his judgment and lead him to pervert justice. At the same time, wine may be a source of comfort for those who are suffering, indicating that wisdom involves discernment in the use of resources. Beyond self-restraint, the mother instructs her son to champion the vulnerable, to open your mouth for the speechless, and to ensure that the poor and needy receive fair treatment. This counsel underscores that leadership is not merely about personal conduct but about moral responsibility and the protection of those who cannot protect themselves. The latter portion of Proverbs 31 shifts focus from the public sphere of leadership to the domestic and personal virtues of a woman described as the virtuous wife. This section, composed as an acrostic poem, celebrates a woman whose worth is far beyond material wealth, emphasizing character, diligence, and reverence for God. She is depicted as industrious and resourceful, managing her household with skill and foresight, seeking materials, investing in property, and producing goods for the marketplace. At the same time, she is compassionate, extending her care to the poor and needy, ensuring the well-being of her family, and demonstrating kindness and wisdom in her speech. Her strength and diligence are coupled with moral integrity. She does not indulge in laziness but actively oversees her household and contributes meaningfully to her community. The chapter concludes with the affirmation that while charm and beauty are fleeting, a woman who fears the Lord commands lasting respect and praise. Her value is acknowledged by her family and the wider community, and her life stands as an example of virtue realized through action. Together, these two sections of Proverbs 31 convey a unified message. True wisdom manifests in ethical conduct, self-discipline, and active responsibility toward others. In leadership or daily life, virtue is measured not by external appearances or fleeting pleasures but by moral character, diligence, compassion, and reverence for God. The chapter bridges public and private life, illustrating that the principles of justice, care, and integrity are essential both in the governance of society and in the management of one's household. Ultimately, Proverbs 31 portrays wisdom as practical, actionable, and deeply rooted in ethical and spiritual values, offering guidance that is both timeless and applicable across different spheres of life.
Chapter 31. The words of King Lemuel, the utterance which his mother taught him. What, my son? And what, son of my womb? And what, son of my vows? Do not give your strength to women, nor your ways to that which destroys kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes intoxicating drink, lest they drink and forget the law, and pervert the justice of all the afflicted. Give strong drink to him who is perishing, and wine to those who are bitter of heart. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Open your mouth for the speechless, in the cause of all who are appointed to die. Open your mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Who can find a virtuous wife? For her worth is far above rubies. The heart of her husband safely trusts her, so he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeks wool and flax, and willingly works with her hands. She is like the merchant ships. She brings her food from afar. She also rises while it is yet night, and provides food for her household, and a portion for her maidservants. She considers a field and buys it. From her profits she plants a vineyard. She girds herself with strength, and strengthens her arms. She perceives that her merchandise is good, and her lamp does not go out by night. She stretches out her hands to the distaff, and her hand holds the spindle. She extends her hand to the poor. Yes, she reaches out her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household is clothed with scarlet. She makes tapestry for herself. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies sashes for the merchants. Strength and honor are her clothing. She shall rejoice in time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and on her tongue is the law of kindness. She watches over the ways of her household, and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done well, but you excel them all. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is passing. But a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates.